Stop asking yourself if you're ready. If you're ready to start that business, if you're ready to quit your job and chase your dreams, whatever it is, this question is keeping you stuck. It's keeping you frozen from actually moving forward to building the dreams you want. You're stuck in frustration because this is a holding pattern that you have yourself in. There is a way to get out of it, but I understand how challenging it is because I was exactly where you are. And I work with people in the same situation now because it can feel so overwhelming from where we are today to think about how to shift our entire lives to chase the thing we want. But I know today you still believe in the dream. You want to build the new thing. You don't want to be where you are in 5, 10, or 20 years, or maybe even 1 year from now. I want to talk in this video about how you go from where you are today to actually building that thing you want. So let's go ahead and jump into the first part, which is the psychology behind it. So I find myself and others, we're smart, driven, creative people that should have the ability to build anything we want in life. So why are people like us sitting here stalled, being in a situation we don't want to be in, settling for the status quo, watching other people around us build things, maybe that have less experience, maybe they have not as good of an idea? They're the ones that are winning. They're the ones that are moving forward. And we're stuck here on the trail watching them blaze past us. We're not getting to where we want to go. What is the difference between the two of us? I asked myself that deep question. A couple years ago, before I formally left my job to start my business, I had been thinking about this for years. It wasn't something that came about overnight. And I kept pushing it down the line thinking, am I ready? Will I have enough money? Do I have enough clients? What will happen if I fail? There were all these questions that we can unpack in this video, but those were things that were holding me back, and they were so strong. They were making me actually believe that staying put on this part of the trail, here, in the middle of nowhere, watching people blaze past me, it made me feel that that was actually a better decision than getting on the trail with them and blazing forward into the unknown for my dreams. And you know what happened? I kept watching those people blaze past and other people building things, and then this low-grade judgment would come in, and I would think, they don't know, they're not stable, they're not financially sound, they're not responsible, they're not doing things the right way. I'm over here, I'm building things in a calculated, smart, organized fashion. Yeah, maybe I was, but you know what I was doing? I wasn't building anything. Or I was building things in my head. Or there was endless documents in Google talking about what I'm going to do, what's going to happen when my dream is so great. Those are still in the documents until the minute I actually hit go and started to do the thing. And I look at some of those documents and think, if I had acted, the computer's here, that's what I'm pointing at. If I had acted on fractions of those things years ago, where would I be now, today? And that's why I don't want to waste any minute longer, and I don't want you to waste any minute longer either, because stuff is waiting for you. You are on this video because you are called to make something awesome in your life, to achieve your full potential, to build a business that you love, to share your passions on social media and turn what you believe is your calling or your unique talent or your unique voice, turning that into something that makes the world a better place, that helps other people. That is what we do. Those are the people I surround myself with. Yet we are the very people that often get so stuck in this space. So the trail analogy or the race, we got to get in the race, and you've got to start running at least a little bit to get past where you are now in the status quo. But let me jump into some of the things that was keeping me stuck. So finances are a big thing. I have some other videos that I'll link in the description where I talk about this in more detail, because this is not going to be a full video about the mechanics of leaving your job or starting a business, but I want to talk about the mindset of it. This financial security thing is massive, and it holds a lot of people back. And what I find is, though this isn't an age-specific thing, I do find that a lot of the people that I hang out with and people in business communities that are much younger than me, there's a bit of a fearlessness that's there in many cases where there's less to lose. There's a feeling of being able to just chase that dream and get on the trail and go. But it's not true for everyone. I've met people in different age brackets, including people in their early 20s that are just as prudent or just as responsible as what I thought I was going to be. And I've also met people that are in their 40s and 50s that are fearless as well. So this is not an age thing, it is a mindset thing. And the most important thing is recognizing where you fall in this. So I understand we need financial security to live, and we need to pay our bills and contribute to society and have a roof over our heads, as they say. But what I found is I was living in a space of scarcity with this. I had believed that the only way to guarantee that was to stay with what I knew. Now, in the case that I was in a very successful 6-figure agency job, but I hadn't always been there. I'd worked myself up the ranks. So I had this sense of pride that I built this thing, and I was thinking, oh, if I toss this up and change it, surely nothing's going to work. Everything's going to fall apart. Look how hard this was to create. I'll never be able to get there. But a couple beliefs that come up there in my story that I know are coming up for you, which is, will I be able to do it? Am I ready? Am I ready to actually recreate this revenue somewhere else? Am I ready? Or another question, am I too late? Am I too old? Have I missed my mark? Have I missed the point in life where I can do it? Have I missed my moment? These are questions we ask ourselves. And in that mindset, something's going on that's really, really important to call out. A sense of scarcity. We have told ourselves that what we have created now, you forgot you created it, number one, because where you are now, whether you love it or not, you created it. And you know what? I was in the case where I was doing pretty well. I was making money. It was great. There was a lot of things going on. The reason I wasn't happy was because I wasn't building the dream that I wanted to build. I was feeling like I was selling out or settling at the status quo because of a sense of scarcity. But we created that thing. You created the moment you're in now. So don't you believe you can create a new moment later? You got in your mind something to get you to where you are today in life. So let's channel that same energy to build the new thing you want. It's not, can you do it? It's not, am I ready? It's, am I thinking about the thing I want to build? And am I ready to get started? That's the better question. Am I ready to actually hit go and take the next step? Not jumping to the end result. Taking one step's a lot easier than feeling like you have to create the full business tomorrow. That's not how it goes. So there's a sense of scarcity going on with this. Will I be able to create my revenue? Will I not? So I'll speak a little bit about the money thing in a moment because I know that's important for people, but I want to build on another thing that's there, which is a sense of deep-rooted fear. I talked earlier about going into the unknown, into the abyss. What's on the other side? Or if you're on that race barreling forward, I don't know what's on the twists and turns ahead. Will I be able to make it? But here's the thing. You're not going to know until you get started. There's only so much research you can do. There's only so much preparation mentally and physically that you can do. You have to get on the field and practice your athleticism. You have to get on the hike to see if your body is ready to do it. You can only do so much prep. I'm not saying prep is bad, but I didn't need to do 5 years of prep to get started, to actually leave my job to start my business. I needed probably a couple months of that max. What I needed to do was to actually make the decision and get started on the process. And so one way that I talk about in some other videos that I'll link here in more detail, but I'll touch on here, one thing that I did that I think will be very good for you if you're thinking, am I ready, is to write down the things that underneath that question that you believe you need to complete to actually build the thing you want. So in my case, for example, I want to start a business. Okay, I had these beliefs that I need 100 clients in place. Maybe not 100, but I need like 20. I need all these tech requirements in place. I need a sales pipeline. I need all the website done. I need all the business cards printed. I need, to research what the current sales pipelines look like. Endless YouTube rabbit holes. I need to understand all the mechanics of the legalities of the business, all these other things. And I created this ballooning, just overwhelming sense of responsibility that things I had to get to before I got there. But in your case, that might be something like you need more accreditations, you need more learning, you need more credibility is another one. Credibility in the space, because I work in consulting and coaching and creative services where I'm actually helping people. So there is a sense of social proof. But you may be sitting here going, well, if I'm starting a business, I need social proof. I need proof that I've done it. I need clients. I need examples. There are fragments of these things that are true. But what I can guarantee you is they are not as deep as you think they are. So what I want you to do is, and actually in the description, I have this guide that I created for this very purpose called the Break Free Action Guide. And it's going to walk you through kind of this fun exercise of catastrophe to help you realize that you're actually catastrophizing this very transition. So go ahead and jump in the description and get that. I'm not going to walk through all the mechanics in the video today of what's in the guide, but what's in there is it's talking about kind of writing down what I call like your minimum viable actions. What are the things you have to do to make this work? So getting back to money, yeah, you need it. Maybe you're risk averse. Maybe you're fearless and you don't have any risk aversion. That's not me. Maybe you're willing to be like, yeah, I'll quit my job. I don't have any money. I'll figure it out. And that's awesome. That's awesome. You've probably already gotten way far along. But you on this video, I believe you are struggling like me where you're like, no, I have a lifestyle I want to maintain. I need some level of security. So I sat down and wrote down what would make me feel comfortable, how to get some security blankets in place and some financial numbers in place. And that is not going to be as much as you think you need, but also don't spend forever there. Just get a number written down that you'll feel comfortable working with and figure out how quickly you can get those reserves in place. Speed here is key. Am I ready? Add clarity to it. When will I be ready? When this amount of money is in the bank guaranteed, or when I have this number of clients guaranteed, or this number of sales guaranteed. You've got to get some quantification to this, some numbers to it, because when it's in the nebulous and gray, you'll stay in this loop of this question forever. Trust me, you'll be sitting here in 10 years still asking if you're ready because you won't know. So we need numbers. Get your numbers written down for your finances. Get your number of sales written down. Back to the business question. There are some practical things that you can focus on. So don't spend your energies being like, oh my gosh, I need more experience and I need more accreditation. I need to watch more videos about how to build a business. No, here's what you need. You need a couple things. You need to get the legal stuff in place. Absolutely. Make sure that you're not going to get sued. Make sure your agreements are in place. Figuring out videos about that, how to start your business in your state. What types of agreements or signatures do you need to get from people? Like that's a good use of your energy. Meeting with maybe an attorney that can help you work through that. Get some tangible actions here. Am I ready? Yes, I checked off the boxes. I'm legal with the state. I've got the business license in place. I understand what I'm doing. Then you know you're done. Those things are important. That does not take 5 years. That does not even take a month. You can have that stuff done literally in a couple weeks if you get your head around it. So hopefully you're seeing the spirit of what I'm telling you. Add clarity and a way to know when you're done, when you are ready. Because if you don't, you're not going to get there. And then also with social proof, you have it. I'm certain you do. Go back and look at the people you've worked with. Think of the coworkers you've worked with, clients you've worked with in the past. It doesn't even have to be in the same industry of what you may want to do going forward. Consolidate, spend a couple days going back in old emails, thinking of people that have given you compliments, thinking about times when you created something really awesome for someone or helped someone out or helped the community. Dump all of that in a document. That is going to be a way better use of your time than sitting around questioning, am I ready? I don't like my job, but I want to do something else. I want to start my dream business. Get some credibility of when you've done amazing things in the past, because I know you have them. I have a document in my Google Drive that I call accolades, and I drop them in there. I drop things when things that people said nice things about me, when I really helped people, client testimonials, when I was involved in volunteer opportunities. Get that document together. That's something tangible you can need. You don't need 100 pieces of social proof. You need a couple people that would really vouch for you, that would say, yeah, this person's the real deal. They're really going to be able to help you with their business or whatever it is. You just need a handful of people. Okay, so hopefully these 3 buckets of things I just told you are things that could get you started in what you want to do. Now, there may be other things in your space that are required, but what I want you to do is I want you to, the final point I'll make on this is I want you to not sit around and ask this question in a nebulous kind of abstract way. I want you to say, not am I ready, say, am I ready to take the first action? And I believe it's yes. You're on this video. It's not even am I ready, it's I'm going to take the next action. I'm going to explore the next steps and what's required to get there, because there's a bunch of micro actions that you need to line up to get you there. And when you start to line out these micro steps or actions, like I just showed you in the 3 buckets, finance, legal, and just like business setups, and then credibility, those are really the 3 things you need to honestly build almost anything you want, whether that's a YouTube channel, a business, a passion business, a side business, turn your hobby into a business. That's what you need. Those are the buckets of things that you need. Now, there's other stuff you can get into once you start the business. We're talking about getting you started. So I know this video is quick, snappy, and to the point, but I wanted to share this with you because people have been coming to me that are watching my videos and want to get started. And the answer is you are ready. You just need to line up the things that you need to do to make yourself feel secure so you can actually take the next step. So this is something I work in. I'm opening up the opportunity to work with some people one-on-one in the Be Something Awesome community, where we can get you from where you are today, put these practical steps in place, and get you going. So there's a way to book a call with me in the description where we can talk through what you're trying to build, break some of these beliefs, and then if it makes sense to work together in that one-on-one capacity, we can talk about it there, because your dreams matter, and we do not want you being in the same place in 1, 5, 10, 20 years. You got too much exciting stuff to do. So go ahead and let me know how this resonates in the comments. Book a call with me if you're ready to get started, and I'll see you over there in the next video. Go ahead and jump in this one because it's going to help you dig a little bit more in what I talked about with regard to this action of actually transitioning and chasing your dream. So thank you so much for watching. I'll see you over there in the next one. Later.